Good evening. I'm calling to order the Southborough Zoning Board of Appeals for Wednesday, February 12th, 2025. We are live and we have folks dialing in remotely. First item on the agenda this evening is 132 Turnpike Road, Capital Group Properties, special permit. Laura, do you want to read the public notice?
Sure. The Board of Appeals of the Town of Southborough will hold a public hearing in the McAuliffe Hearing Room, 17 Common Street, on Wednesday, February 12th, 2025, at 7:00 p.m. with regard to the petition of Capital Group Properties, 132 Turnpike Road, Southborough, Mass. The petitioner is seeking a special permit to allow signs above the maximum allowable height. The property is located in the Business Highway Zoning District, and relief is requested under Section 174-11D.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Shannon Boyce. I'm the Real Estate Permitting Manager for Capital Group Properties as the Managing Agent for 132 Turnpike Road. And we're here about a special permit because we have several, they've been permitted, but they're non-conforming signs on the building. And we are in the process of getting another permit for another tenant, Fusion, when Chris Lund brought to our attention, hey, you don't have a special permit to have signs above 20 feet. So that's why I'm out here, is to basically request that special permit so that we can get all those signs back into compliance.
Okay. And do you have anything you want to present or, I mean?
No, as far as I read through what the planning board, what their responses were, and I agree to all that, including the 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. cutoff for any lights on the signs, things, it seemed very reasonable to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how the previous signs were put up without any?
Oh, they were permitted.
They were?
Yeah, the building department permitted them.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
it's very interesting. So it seems like there was a misstep on both sides.
Yeah.
Both did not seem to realize that a special permit was required.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
all four of them that were on the building were actually permitted.
Okay.
Yes.
And yeah, I did read through. So you were in front of the planning boards on January 27th.
Yes.
And they looked at these different criteria. Does it fit? Is the size relative?
Yes. The only thing that's non-conforming literally is that every single sign is above 20 feet.
Above 20.
Yes.
So that is it.
At least it's consistent.
The size of the sign is not really the issue.
Yeah,
it's
they're
the
all,
height.
yes, exactly. They're all within the size and
Mhm.
sizing and everything, the lighting and the way they're set up, everything is correct. The only issue was every one of them is above 20 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did receive one email
Mhm.
objecting to it. I don't know if we have anything else.
Mhm.
I mean, this is a site that I'm just gonna say, I go by it pretty often. It doesn't stand out to me as, oh my God, this thing is like in my face.
It's not a great.
But, yeah, but, I think first we'll just let the other board members ask questions if they have. any.
Sure.
Start with Doug.
How big is the tenant, Fusion? How many square feet do they occupy?
Oh, Fusion, I have the parking calculation here. I should anyway. Let me see, where did I put my parking calculation? Whoa, can you pull that up? Are you able to do that? That's part of the. I don't have it in my thing. But I did do a parking calculation and I included it, I believe, in the planning board app. I thought I put a copy in here too. And that showed the square footage, the total square footage with the 20% reduction.
Mhm.
So.
I'm looking for it. Hold
Sorry
on.
about that.
No, you're fine.
Thank you.
And just for clarity, are we just approving the Fusion sign or all of the signs above 20 feet?
So we're doing the special permit allowing for that whole building to have signs of the
Okay.
20 feet. So that should basically retroactively cover them all, is my understanding.
Okay, those are my only questions.
Okay. Thank you. Paul?
I don't really have any questions. I know we've had a couple of sign things in the past, whether it be size, illumination and
Yeah.
such, and typically it seems as long as it's not anything crazy, I mean, again, I've driven by there
Yeah.
off and it doesn't
Yeah.
never really notice or has it stand out on me. I mean, yes, it is up there, but
Yeah. I
but I don't have any questions or concerns.
think Viewpoint did a pretty good job designing them. They look nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie?
I read through the application. I don't have any issue with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Mike?
No, I don't have any issues whatsoever. I don't have any, my question was already answered, so that's all.
Okay,
Thank you.
I mean, just very briefly, the planning board review, they looked at sign scale is in reasonable relation to the development scale, viewer distance and travel speed. Second, sign size, shape, and placement serve to define or enhance architectural elements of the building. 3, the sign design is in harmony with other signage on the same or adjacent structures. 4, the sign materials, colors, lettering style, illuminations, form are reasonably compatible with building design, neighborhood context and use. And 5, the sign size, location, design, and illumination are not judged to present a safety hazard to vehicular or pedestrian traffic.
Yeah.
So the planning board checked, yeah, in other words, they agreed with
Yeah.
all those elements. So, as I said, we've seen it. We don't really have any objections. We did have the one email. Now, do we have somebody who is raising a hand online?
Trying to sift through 7. Oh, Doris is here. Hi, Doris. I do not have any hands raised.
Okay.
I do want to say the email that I forwarded you guys.
Yeah.
I did speak a little bit more. They had thought that the signs were above the building, above the
Oh,
height of the
right.
building. So I
Oh,
clarified,
okay.
I had sent them a copy of the application. And once they looked that over, they said they have no objection.
Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for clarifying that.
Thank you.
I don't have the parking calculations. I know they were in there for 257.
Yeah, I don't remember them for the sign. I
Yeah.
remember them being more relevant for your next hearing.
Okay, yeah, I do have them for the next hearing. Hooray. Okay. So, thank you.
All right, well, I know I don't have to ask if anybody in the audience objections. We don't have anybody here, so I think we could probably make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
All right, motion to close the public hearing has been made with a second. All in favor, respond with aye. Opposed, nay. Doug?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Doris?
I think she's muted.
It looked like I.
Yeah,
Doris, you're
I
muted.
think we have to actually hear it. Can
Yeah.
we go through that? Yeah. I'm gonna say Williams eye, but let's get to Doris. If we can, so we can hear you, Doris.
I'm not sure where.
She's trying. Yeah. it's
Yeah.
not-
Okay, I can
You know what?
put her as an abstain. You have.
Yeah, yeah, let's do that.
Hmm.
We still actually have a few minutes, but,
Oh, she just did a thumbs up. Does that count?
all right, so, yeah, so that will close the public hearing. We actually have 5 votes for that. So hearing no objections, I think we should probably have a motion to approve the special permit as written.
I'll second that.
Okay. Motion to approve the special permit as written has a second. All in favor, respond with aye. Opposed, nay. Doug?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Williams, aye. Mike?
Aye.
And Doris?
Yeah.
All right, it'd be the same thing, 5-0 with an abstention. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so it is 7:11, and I think our next one is at 7:15,
Mhm.
meaning.
Oh, I'm unmuted now.
Oh, there she is.
Ah,
Thank you, Doris. But we are going to take a 4-minute recess and restart at 7:15.
Do we
Do-
have anything that we need to administratively do?
We can
Okay.
do that If you want.
Actually, that's a great idea, Paul.
I'm a thinker.
You are.
Yep.
Um,
Moving.
No, so we do have approval of meeting minutes from January 22nd. That was largely our rules and regulations, wasn't it, for 40B? Where Jay went, very extensively through the work that he and Laura had done. I went through the minutes. To me, it captured what we talked about. I didn't look to make sure every single subject was covered exactly, but I think we all know Lloyd does a very good job with that. So I don't know if anybody has any questions or noted anything in the minutes.
I did not.
Okay,
Nope.
Mike and Doris?
No,
No,
Right, so hearing no objections, we could take a. Okay,
I'll second that.
all right, motion to approve the minutes from January 22nd, 2025 has been made with a second. All in favor, respond with aye, opposed nay. Doug?
Aye.
Paul?
All right.
Jamie? Williams, aye. Mike?
aye.
And Doris?
I,
All right, there we go.
I love the door.
All right, now we're up to 7:12 in efficiency here. Administrative updates, what do we have?
So just our next meetings, we have one in 2 weeks on the 26th for the 250 Turnpike 40B. Then after that, our next one is March 19th. We will have one public hearing continued from tonight if you guys vote on that. And then we'll have 2 other special permit applications for that. My question for you guys is if you have a preference on location for that. We've been scheduling in person if there's a 40B component. So I don't know if you guys want to keep the 19th in person in case we add on 250 Turnpike, or if you want to do it.
I
Zoom.
will likely not be available.
Oh, Mike.
Oh, sorry. Just, I will likely not be available March 19th, but that's fine. We got Doug. so. I'm assuming we have Doug.
Well, then, so if we do 250 on the 19th and
Yeah.
you're not here, you won't be able to vote on the
That's
final.
okay.
Wow, she gave that up rather easily.
Well, I mean, Doug is well qualified.
I'm not arguing with your point, but
I'll stay healthy.
yes, yes, please stay out of the bus lane and not anything else that might keep you healthy.
So what was the question?
So for the March 19th meeting,
Uh-huh.
do you want me to schedule it in person? Because by the time I need to send out public hearing notices, I need to have a location for the meeting. And-
Or just schedule it like online on Zoom?
Right.
I don't, it doesn't matter to me. So what everyone else, what would you like?
I prefer Zoom, but if there's a 40B component, then,
Okay,
Which-
know.
Which is, right now is unknown, right? I mean,
Right.
we
we
already
won't
have,
know for 2 weeks. and
we
at
won't
that
know for
point-
another 2 weeks. So it's
grand
a
mystery.
potential.
Wow.
at this
At that
nice.
point, I need
Laura,
public hearing notices. Yep,
Laura, for the 19th, I'm remote.
okay.
Okay.
So,
Whatever is,
Yeah, I'm indifferent, but if we think there's a chance of the 40B, I think we probably want to be
yeah,
in person.
Okay.
I
That's the
think,
only risk I would say, because it's hard to hear one of those cases, and there could be abutters and neighbors, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But it's a hybrid anyway, so people, people
Correct.
have to be remote, that's fine.
okay. I'll keep it in person. And then that way, if you guys decide to add on 250 Turnpike, we're not scrambling. Cool. Also, there was a bill filed by the governor to make remote meetings or hybrid meetings permanent. I know we we're talking a little bit about this before, but I don't have any update on it. I don't know if and when it's gonna pass. I don't know if they're gonna extend what's currently in place. So if it doesn't go into effect by March 31st, we will need to have meetings in person. In that we need the chair, sorry, David, and a quorum in person. Other people can attend remotely, but we have to have the chair and a quorum in person.
Hmm.
So just keep that in mind for April.
and a quorum is, there's 4 of us. Yes, so
what?
4 of us. So like what we have tonight would be legal.
And those attending remotely, they're still, like, they still count, they're still voting, it's still,
Yeah,
just
we
that's
just have
4
to have a
people. need
quorum
to
in
be-
person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you remind, what day is the April meeting?
16th? I think I did it the week before April vacation.
Okay.
Yeah, that is. yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't mind being here. in person. It's easy enough for me.
Okay.
I'm not scheduled to be away anywhere, so I should be okay.
Right. I'll keep you updated as I hear more. And then I have other updates, but we can
Okay,
do those after.
yes. Now we're back. We never really were in recess, 7:17. Okay, so bear with me for a moment. I want to know what's next, but. Okay, so next we have 257 Turnpike Road, again, Capital Group Properties, special permit. This one about multiple principal uses. Can you read the public notice, Laura?
The Board of Appeals of the Town of Southborough will hold a public hearing in the McAuliffe Hearing Room, 17 Common Street, Wednesday, February 12th, 2025 at 7:15 PM. With regard to the petition of Capital Group Properties, 257 Turnpike Road, Southborough, Mass. The petitioner is seeking a special permit to allow multiple principal uses. The property is located in Business Highway Zoning District, and relief is requested under section 174-8C2 and section 174-8.5.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so I guess for the record again, I'm Shannon Boyce. I'm the real estate permitting manager for Capital Group Properties as managing agent for 257 Turnpike Road LLC. And the main use that we're looking to add here is the clinic medical testing one under B7. But I added in all the others because I just kind of looked through the list of what you could use in that district and try to, which ones seem to fit the best.
Mhm.
That way I don't have to come back here and bother you every time we have a prospective tenant that might fill one of those.
Okay,
So the most important is the clinical one, but if you guys agree that those would be good fits for that location, then that would be great. And my understanding is Chris Lund said that each time I have a prospective tenant, what I'll do is I'll make a new parking calculation for him based on whichever use it is.
okay,
And then I can go to him with the permit thereafter.
okay.
So
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Well, that sounds pretty thorough. Okay, and what are the current uses there now?
the current use is office bank,
Yep.
but I did a parking calculation and I calculated based on one of them being a B7 really, and it's only my opinion, they're permitted and occupied to be there, but it's a dental lab.
Okay,
It's a lab. So, so I did the calculation just,
Hold on.
Okay.
I mean, we don't have to do this if you don't want to.
I'd say no.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I lost my thunder. No, yeah, when I did the parking calculation, that's it. I did it based on that particular suite being a B7 to
Yep.
make sure that if we get Optum in, that there's plenty of parking and that
And
worked out.
sorry, when you say B7,
B7 is medical dental
Okay.
under that
Yep, yep,
district.
yep.
And then I did it for Optum B7 as well.
okay,
And it works out. We have enough parking spaces, so fantastic.
okay,
My understanding is each time we get a new tenant, I'll adjust my parking calculation and give it to Chris Lund with our permit request and go forward from there.
okay,
And I don't know if it's probably more that I have to request it, not something you guys would do, but the other ones that I requested for uses, if you think that there are additional uses in that list that might work out, and you want to add them in so that I'm not knocking on your door with another tenant down the road,
yeah,
have at it, that'd be great.
okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Is it possible to see the list,
Yeah.
like on the big
Bring that up.
screen?
For sure.
I'm going to scroll through this
Mhm.
before I share it, so I don't make you all.
Yes, those are the other three, the bulleted ones that I suggested, the retail sales and newspaper job printing or whatnot. Those seem like they would be a decent fit for that type of office building. The other ones did not seem like fits, but I don't know if you think they could be, and you want to add them in, that'd be great. Probably make things a little easier down the road.
So, I mean, parking wise, where does it stand now? Because that's really
So
what it's
right now
about.
it
is
stands-
having enough parking for all
Yes.
these different uses, right?
Exactly. So, and this is what I explained to them.
Yep.
Is that just because we're approved for these doesn't mean we're gonna be able to get a tenant in, because when I do the parking calculation, if it goes beyond it, then we can't. Right
Okay.
now, for this, if we were to add Optum in, and we were to acknowledge, yeah, the dental lab is a lab, then there's plenty of parking. It actually works out. So it's fine. But as we move through with other tenants, I'm going to have to check the parking calculation, and they may not, even if we're approved to have them, it may not be a fit.
Okay, and
So-
that's the discussion you had with the building.
With,
commissioner.
yeah, Chris
Okay.
Lund, when we met with him to figure out this whole situation.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Doug, any questions?
Yeah, so just a couple of quick questions. So I'm just making sure I'm reading this right. So currently you have 163 available spaces between 257 and 259, right?
Yes,
And then by approving this, you'd be at 157 spaces required, and you have one available
yes.
suite that's out there, but you include that in the parking count too as well, which is,
Yes, I did. Yeah, to make sure that,
okay.
all the little bases are covered.
Yep. Some questions specifically. So what type of lab testing is the tenant going to be doing? It just says lab, but do you know what they're going to be doing in the lab?
My understanding is it's just blood work, basically taking blood samples and then they send them up for processing. And they're going to be a lot like Epiphany Health, who was recently, Chris Lund approved occupancy for them, but basically under office, because they just do referral services. They weren't doing any clinical in office. So Optum will still be doing mostly referral, but they'll have a lab.
Okay.
So
And then it sounds like it's pretty small, but do you know how much space of there is going to be for the lab use versus the balance of the tenant?
you know what? I wish I had
Just-
asked for a thing. I don't, it's literally one small room. I saw the floor plan. I wish I included it in here.
No, but
But it's a
that,
small room in the office. Yeah.
and then it sounds like, again, as lab work, so it's just going to be more moderate deliveries or going out type of stuff.
Mostly referring them out. Yep.
Okay. So I guess my initial comments are, I mean, as we all know, office is in a, is in a very challenged state, right? It's actually nice to see that you guys have all but one space, filled, which is, I think is rare in this market. So I'm definitely a proponent of being flexible, in terms of the uses. And clinic or medical testing laboratory, I mean, it's not that broad. And so, I mean, if they're doing blood work, I don't have any issue with that. Of the others, newspaper job, I'm going in random order, but newspaper job printing and publishing, don't really have much of an issue with that. I'm not sure how much demand there'll be for that, but I don't have an issue for that as a board member. Again, retail sales, whether it's involved manufacturing or not manufacturing, again, if they lose a first floor tenant and a retail tenant wants to come in, as long as the parking count's being met, like, and we have other buildings that are mixed use that have retail in the base and, have office in the top. So, and I think recently, and I don't think it's gonna be detrimental. I mean, it's right off of Route 9, that type of stuff. So I'm generally in favor of it. And, I mean, I like to have tenants usually in front for the other uses per se, but again, it's kind of hard in this market to be, they got to be fast on their feet, and it's spooks tenants if you can't do it, right? And you have to go get an approval to get done. So, but anyways, those are my thoughts.
Thank you.
Well,
It was kind of my thought exactly too, is I know it's difficult right now with office. tenants and
Yeah.
Such, so if we're having a good use for it, that does not adversely affect things.
Hmm.
I'm in favor of it also, so
Thank you.
that's, and then likewise with some of the other things mentioned, I don't feel that would have
Mhm.
an adverse effect on things, and if it fills space that exists and it's good use of it, then I'm okay with it.
Beautiful. Thank you.
we-
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the lab that we're discussing.
Mhm.
I think B2 definitely makes sense as well. And B3 and B4, I think I'm fine with it. I don't know why that term manufacturing.
It feels warehousey or something.
Yeah, it feels like, could there be chemicals involved? Could there
Right.
be noises involved? Could there be vibrations involved? Like that,
Yeah.
that
Is-
I guess kind of sticks out to me.
Is there a
That's-
way to approve that, but then have like a little exception, like no thing like that? Or is that not a thing for special permits? No hazardous.
And I'm not saying that, it's just,
Yeah.
that was my initial thought.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm envisioning like a jeweler
that's what I was
manufacturing,
thinking.
you know,
Yeah.
Jewelry in the back and then.
Yeah, that's
the
what I was
retail in the front, that's-
thinking.
Says no more than 4 persons
It's
engaged in
small.
Right.
manufacturing.
Yeah.
That does,
And I do think if you drop down to the C list, that's where you have the bigger manufacturers and like the crazier things that wouldn't work in an office. I looked through that one too and I was like, yeah, no.
But those are just my thoughts.
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, no, I really feel like we've kind of covered my primary issues and concerns on this. I really don't think I have anything to add, and I have no objection to the lab.
Thank you.
Doris? Find that mute button.
Yeah, so I don't have any general concerns except for when I hear lab, we're not producing any pharmaceuticals.
Right,
to
no
get clear.
production, just drawing blood samples.
Okay, so no, I think it's a good use, no general objections. And everything else was covered by different members. So basically I'm in favor.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And I don't have anything more to add. I think the other board members have covered pretty well all the questions
Mhm.
that I might have had, so I don't really see an objection. Do we have anybody raising a hand in the Zoom?
No.
Not, okay. So I think we're at the stage then where you could close the public hearing. We have a motion.
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second it.
All right, motion to close the public hearing has been made with a second. All in favor, respond with aye, opposed nay. Doug?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Williams, aye. Mike?
Aye.
Doris?
To unmuting. Oh, thumbs up again.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the beginning. Okay, we'll take her as an abstention
Yeah.
again.
Mhm.
So we have a motion to approve this is a special permit. Yes,
It is a special.
special permit as written.
I'll make a motion to approve this special permit as written.
Okay, we have a second.
Second.
Okay, motion to approve the special permit has been made with a second. All in favor, respond with aye. Opposed, nay. Doug?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Williams, aye. Mike?
Aye.
Doris? Find the mute button. Another thumbs up. Okay. And we're on a beach.
Good work.
Okay, well, that will be, it'll be 5-0 with an abstention. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. I just
Approved.
have a quick question. So what is the process for, like, do we have to wait in order to get this tenant in a certain amount of time?
Yeah, so what's gonna happen is we're gonna draft the written decision.
Mhm.
We have 14 days to do that. I try really hard to have them done quicker than that. So hopefully next week.
Beautiful.
And then we'll file that with the town clerk.
Mhm.
There's a 20-day appeal period.
Okay,
So I would say probably wait until after that.
like April, probably April 1st or something.
Yeah, and I'll email you with all the dates and when I
Beautiful.
file it, you'll get a copy and I'll let you know when the appeal period is and everything.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I think I'm seeing you guys next month too.
Yeah.
So.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so we covered the minutes, we covered the administrative. I don't know if there was anything else.
You gotta do 6 Lorenzo for the continuance.
Oh, sorry about that. Yes, of
Thank you.
course.
What-
Um,
What time is that at?
7:30?
oh, 30, guess
Fine.
what?
Yes.
Just perfect
Timing.
30.
God.
So,
That's how we plan it.
Yeah.
yeah, don't you like the way
And
that?
where is Doris, by the way? Is that just a screenshot or is that like she's there?
I think it's a,
I think it's a
I think it's
screenshot.
just the background, yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me.
No, you're still on mute. I don't know why you don't take just your mute off.
Okay, so yes, at 7:30, we have 6 Lorenzo Drive, Bartolini Properties on behalf of Brendan Griffin, special permit. This is about allowing more than 3 garage bays, but the applicant requested a continuation until, you said it was March 19th?
Mhm. I still have to read this. Do you want me to read this?
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry, yes.
Board of Appeals of the Town of Southborough will hold a public hearing in the McAuliffe Hearing Room, 17 Common Street, Wednesday, February 12th, 2025 at 7:30 PM with regard to the petition of Bartolini Properties LLC on behalf of owner Brendan Griffin, 6 Lorenzo Drive, Southborough, Mass. Petitioner is seeking a special permit to allow more than 3 garage bays. The property is located in the residential A zoning district and relief is requested under section 174-8.2B12.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding me of that. So his request is to continue until March.
Continue
19th.
until our March meeting.
And
Yep.
that's our normally scheduled meeting for
Correct.
March. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's the request. Anybody on the board have any objections to that?
I do not.
No.
Okay. All right. Hearing none, we leave the hearing open, but we just need a motion to continue the hearing until March 19th. We have a time or no?
You can set it for whenever. We can
Okay,
do
we-
it right at 7 if you
We'll
want.
do, yeah, we can do it at 7.
Make a motion to continue the hearing to March 19th at 7 PM.
Second.
All right, motion to continue has been made with a second. All in favor, respond with aye, opposed nay. Doug?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Williams, aye. Mike?
Aye.
And Doris is still muted. Thumbs up. Okay, all right, so,
Thus far, we have nothing else. We have nothing already on the agenda that's been given a time slot.
No, I haven't
Like,
scheduled
That's the
out. public
first, that's the
hearings,
first. Okay.
So we'll have 2 others, but I can do those. at-
They'll do after that.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure we're not telling 2 people at 7 and.
yeah,
Well,
I have that.
Oh, no,
All-
no.
All right, so that definitely gets us to the end of the business properly before the board, unless, I don't think we have anything else to update, right? We went through the,
I have a couple of things for
You
you
do?
guys.
Okay.
I'll make it quick. I
Sure.
promise. I just wanted to make you guys aware for administrative updates, the deadline for us to receive the easement plan for the 12040B project is the 17th. I was told to expect it this week. So we can add that to a future agenda because you guys do need to review and approve it. So just so you know, you'll be getting that soon. Something that has come up over recent days with ADUs because the new regulations went into effect. And those new regulations made previous conditions on like previously issued accessory apartment decisions. It rendered some of those conditions unenforceable. So things like, one unit must be owner occupied or, conditions as far as like the rental use, those are now prohibited by the state. So those have become unenforceable. So something I'm trying to work through with Jay Hallerman and Chris Lund is the appropriate process if somebody has an ADU that meets the requirements of a protected use ADU, but has these conditions, how we move forward with that. So I just wanted to make you guys aware that that's something that we're working on in the background. I'm not sure if it's something that would require a public hearing for like a formal modification. I'm trying to avoid that if legally we can because it's expensive to do. And these homeowners, this is through no fault of their own, so I don't want them paying $500, $600, $700 for the public hearing, the recording, all of that if they don't have to. So I'll update you guys more on that as I find out. But I have one person who has called about it, which is good because hopefully we can figure this out before we get flooded with those. What else? I think that was it. Town meetings on April 7th. So all those good things, ADU bylaw, shared parking bylaw, those things will be. at town meeting.
yeah, what's the status of the shared parking? I know that was on the agenda for the zone, for the planning board on Monday as well, but it did
Yeah.
not,
I think they're looking at whether or not it should be a special permit or if it can just be conditions within a site plan. Because they're trying to make the balance. They don't want to make it more onerous for people to do, so a separate special permit is a bigger process.
Right, right.
So
okay.
they're trying to figure that out.
Okay, very good. So, and our next meeting is in 2 weeks, and that is 250 Turnpike.
Mhm.
We'll be here.
It'll be here. We received a whole bunch of new documents for that today, so I put those in the
Wait,
SharePoint.
that's more than 7 days in advance. They know that, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Nice.
very good.
So
Okay, very good, good.
there's that.
Okay,
So
Uh,
I didn't email you guys about it because I didn't want to
okay.
add confusion to tonight, so.
Did anybody else have any concerns they wanted to, felt the need to discuss? ADUs are going well, Mike?
What's that? The ADUs are going well. Again, I think, I think we're actually, for Southborough, we're way ahead of schedule. I think the bylaws, really thoughtful. I think they're right there, and assuming there aren't any substantive to changes, I'll be supporting that for town meeting. And I do think I'll be interested to see how they're gonna address some of those. You know, let's say there's a deed restriction or certain restriction on title, but I think those are kind of easy to figure out once we know what the heck we're doing.
All right, then. I don't think we have any other business before the board. Paul,
Oh, it's go time.
go time.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, motion to adjourn has been made with a second. All those in favor respond with aye, opposed nay. Doug?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Williams, aye. Mike?
Aye.
Doris? Another thumbs up.
Big thumbs up.
Why
But a big thumbs up.
Big
a thumbs up?
That closes our meeting. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
See you guys in a couple weeks.